So, what went well in 2019? Good question. Thank you, marketing team, for asking me this question. Well, they asked me to share this with you, and so I took the time to reflect on what really worked in 2019, and what can I share with you so that you could try to implement it in your business. And also, I would love to hear from you what actually went well in your business as well, because it's always good to share ideas, share insights, so that we could all learn and grow together. Now, on our side, a lot of things happened. This year, the biggest challenge that we did early in the year was we felt that we weren't really clear on who our ideal clients were. We realized that over the years, we started trying to cater our service to anybody and everybody. And it really was not serving us, nor it was serving the clients. And so we spent a lot of time early in the year just trying to figure out more about who our ideal clients are, understanding their needs, understanding our strength, and then looking at our marketing and our sales process and reviewing it into making sure that are we even having the right messages out there to attract that kind of client. Because although you might be clear on who your ideal clients are, but if the messages, the content that's on your website or on your social media or anything that's coming out isn't speaking to them, it sounds like you are trying to attract everybody, then you're always still going to be attracting everybody and you're not really qualifying the right people to come in. And so we spent a few months early in the year just really doing that, fine-tuning everything. And then we even looked at our sales process. We realized that we had a sales process that wasn't filtering out and qualifying the right clients. So it's always important to look at your whole process, not just your marketing, not just the fact that you figure out who your ideal client is. So that was a big learning for us. The next learning that we found was that we were spending a lot of time on the wrong social media platform. So back in the days, we started off on Facebook, then we got into Instagram, and we started to dabble into YouTube. And but the biggest platform, or the best platform that we found most effective for us, was LinkedIn. So if you're a business that is a B2B, then LinkedIn is where you need to be. Because like myself, I just thought that I'm on LinkedIn because I had a profile on there. I got some recommendations. My profile looks pretty cool, right? And so if anyone is looking for an outsourcing person, I'm there. But I didn't realize that LinkedIn is just like any other platform. It needs a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement. And in order for people to engage with you, you need content. So this year has been a lot of investment of our time and resources in LinkedIn, but it's yielded the best results. So what I do in terms of content is that I create content that's based on images or sharing articles, video content, and I even use a VA to help me write the captions and for me to edit it. I have someone that helps me schedule it and liking other people's posts. And I have VAs that are actually helping me with the video editing part. But I've also learned an easier and efficient way to do video content. One of the ways is that when I create a long video for YouTube, I then get the VA to pick out the best bits and make it into a 3 or 4 snippets, shorter version, so that we could use it on LinkedIn. So that has been really, really effective. Being able to find a system that can make the video production much more easier, because when I was shooting 1 or 2 minute videos, it was really hard to try to keep your message into 1 minute, whereas if you are doing a 10-minute video and then all you have to do is cut out the video into segments, it was a lot more easier. But the whole point is that LinkedIn is really, really powerful if you are a B2B business. If you are not spending that much time in it, I really recommend you doing that, because that is where all business is, and you can do a lot of business development in that, building your brand, building yourself as a thought leader. The next learning for us was that although we knew that we had a great service and clients love us and they often refer us, but we didn't spend enough time to really build out our partnership program. So that's exactly what we did this year. We spent a lot more time into coming up with an affiliate system. So we now have a software that creates people with a custom link so that they could refer us properly. And we just spent more time focusing on our partners, because it is your partners who love your product, who understand your value and believe in you, that will be your best salespeople. Imagine having more people going out there talking about you, sharing with their audience. And so our biggest learning this year, and it's going to be an ongoing process next year, is to spend more time with our partners, helping them to earn money with us, not just signing them up as an affiliate partner, but also seeing what we can do to help them grow as we grow as well. Now, the other learning, or I guess one of the biggest achievement I felt, was that I really freed up my time to do a lot more learning this year. So I spent more time doing courses, programs, reading books, traveling. And the more I do that, the more I got new ideas, new insights, new mindset, breakthrough, so that I could bring it back to the business. But in order to do that, I really had to invest in resources. So I myself have now got local team consisting of an operations manager, marketing manager, sales manager, all based in Australia. But I knew that in order to get them to work most effectively and bring me the best return on investment is to have them a team that can support them. So my marketing manager has a video editor, content writer, graphic designer, social media marketer, so that she can actually execute her strategies much more better or faster for me. Likewise with the sales manager, I want her time to spend on the phone, speaking to clients, speaking to leads, rather than spending time booking appointments, entering things into the database. And so those key roles like operations, marketing, and sales has really freed me up from the business. I really don't have to be in the business to make it run. I can now spend more time learning new things, bringing that information back. Of course, the other things that I enjoy doing, and I know that brings the best results, is doing video marketing, video content. That is where the leverage is, spreading my message out there, sharing my thought, becoming a thought leader through making videos like this. So I encourage you to continuously look into your own role and see what else can you delegate. Because I'm always looking at how can I offload whatever I'm doing and move on to the next thing. Back in the days, I was a recruiter. I was the one recruiting VAs. I was the one doing interviews with clients. And then I delegated that, and then I outsourced that to, well, not outsourced, but delegated to an offshore team member. And I remember doing accounts, I remember doing sales, I remember doing marketing, but I slowly offload one of those tasks and role over time. So I'm always looking at how can I maximize my time doing only the things that require me to do that will bring the best results. And the thing about reviewing tasks is that it's not just your task that you need to review, it's also your team members' task. So for example, I had a VA that was helping me with project managing my video content. Then I added the LinkedIn marketing work for her. And over the past few weeks or month, I realized that she's really doing well in the LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is bringing me a lot of results. So then I looked at her tasks and asked her to send me her task list so that I could see where I can free up her time. And so I was able to see clearly that I could take away this video editing, project managing part to another VA who already has that skill, so that she could do more of what works for me and what brings in the most value. So there you go, those are my key learnings for 2019, and I hope you've enjoyed them, found them useful, and I would love to hear from you. What were your learnings for 2019? But before I go, I want to share with you what I'm up to in 2020. Well, next year it's going to be about podcasts. So I feel like last year I really got into video, LinkedIn, and next year I'm ready for a podcast. So you'll see me on podcasts. And I want to actually get into more speaking. So if you are in the business of speaking, you got contacts or resources around in the speaking area, I would love to hear from you. And most importantly, I want to hear from you too. What are your projects and key goals for 2020? Because I love to hear from you and see if we could help you or find any synergies between us. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye.